continue. We just want to let you guys know what statistics say. I do a ton of research. So a normal marriage in the U.S., okay, these are statistics in the U.S. Now, since you are in the U.S., you are part of that statistics, okay? So a normal marriage, half of marriages that are done today end in divorce. Half.
50%.
So
in
if
America.
10 people get married, 5 of them will get divorced within the first 5 years, isn't it?
5 to 10.
5 to 10 years, okay? Now, when it comes to second marriages, because some people marry, somebody that's already been divorced, stuff like that, that is actually, so this is the divorce rate, right? We have to do that in because it's a pie chart. This one is 2/3 end in divorce. So you're more likely to get divorced if you marry someone who is second marriage or if you are yourself second marriage. And then for third marriage, it's like 3/4. So it's even more people that are getting divorced. And then it just goes on and on from there. Because some people, they marry 6, 7, 8 times.
So these statistics say that the more you get remarried, the more you have a chance to get divorced, okay? So the problem is you have to learn how to manage the relationship, okay? If you guys have learned here, there won't be any divorce, right? And you cannot handle the situation with your spouse, and you divorce and you remarry, there's more chance of get divorced. And you repeat that same behavior, okay? And you married the third time, there's more chance to get divorced. So we don't want that. That's why we are going to talk about how should we keep our marriage healthy and strong. Quick question. How many of us have been married from 1 to 5 years? Between 1 to 5, okay. How about 6 to 10? Okay, how about 11 to 20? Okay, we are 15 running. Good. And it's not easy, right? Right? Yeah, it's not easy.
Okay,
it's not
the women
easy.
should be saying, heck yeah, it's not easy. Come on, guys. That's why I said women should be sitting there going, I hear you.
So, okay, very good. So we know that it's not an easy, right? Marriage couple relationship is not easy at all. So my next question is, at the scale of 1 to 10, okay? First year marriage, where will you put yourself in your marriage relationship? Scale of 1 to 10. Oh, good. He's looking at his wife. That's a good sign to me. Yeah, that's a good sign. Yeah. Mo, Zinu, 10? Wow, very good. First year of marriage, 10, okay?
Are you okay? You want to save face, right?
Yeah, don't save face here, okay?
It's not easy.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even say we're a 10, and we are the healthiest couple I've ever seen. Literally, ever. And I would not say that we are a 10.
Yeah.
Because life happens, right? So let's get real with it. It happens. And the first year is the hardest. Especially when you have a baby. It is the hardest.
Oh, yeah. So what about Nulam? At the scale of 1 to 10, where do you think your marriage, 25? Yeah. Oh, it goes back and
very
forth.
Good.
Yes, very
good. You can tell that she's been married for a while. It goes to a 10 and then it goes to a 9.
Yes. Yeah.
Very good.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's big and right. Yeah. Okay. Reuben, how about? You can sit, Nulam. Don't make it too formal. Sit down.
Oh my
Nulam.
gosh, what are you doing?
Sit down. Yeah, don't make it too formal. Yeah, you don't have to stand.
Everything is nice, but between husband and wife, but he is always good. We are good, but I like the most things is whenever we do, because we love our husband,
Right.
our kids, and everything. But we need and we love to hear our husband to appreciate us.
Oh, we are coming there, Nulam. We are coming there.
We're getting there.
My husband never appreciates
Yeah, full stop, right? Full stop. Yeah, my husband is very good, full stop. See, that's why we men need to learn a lot. We want a full stop things, okay? That's why we are having this seminar. So let's talk about the difference between men and women biologically, okay?
Okay, this has to do biologically,
Yeah.
not mental illness or anything.
Yeah.
So literally, men and women are like formed differently, okay? And it's supposed to be differently. So
That's-
you cannot expect, like men, you can't expect your wife to totally get you or totally be like you, because that's impossible. She will not be like that. And women, you cannot expect your man to totally get you or be exactly like you, because that's literally impossible.
Okay, now, how the brain works. We'll start with the brain works and then we'll go little by little, okay? First off, women doesn't have box in their head, okay? It's all connected.
Okay,
Go ahead.
let me explain that a little bit more. You're like, why is there a box in the head?
Yeah.
Okay, in a woman's brain, let's
Don't be rich.
do a little bit, yeah. And then in a man's brain, okay, we all have boxes, okay, where we put stuff like, hey, this is with the kids, everything to do with the kids. And then sometimes your box kind of goes into, okay, this is my firstborn, this is my secondborn, right? And then we have household chores, okay, I gotta do dishes, I gotta work, okay, my friends over here, my husband here, okay, there's all these different boxes, right? A mind of a man is the same. They have all these boxes. The thing is that in a woman, like, they'll go from here to here to here to here to here to here. That's how you're made, okay? So there'll be a time when your husband's like, okay, focus on me. And you're sitting there going, what do we have for dinner? Oh yeah, I forgot. We have soccer practice for, little tongue. And then, oh yeah, I forgot. I got to do this, I got to do that. And you're trying to focus on him, but at the same time, you're focusing on him, but you're also focusing on 20 other things. That's how a woman's brain works, okay? A man...
I'll say the main part. How about
No.
that?
He didn't do the study for this, so
I know it though.
I do the
know it,
research,
though.
you know what I'm saying?
Yes. So we have to understand the
Yep,
women.
yep.
That's how their brain works.
But a man can
Okay.
literally sit in a box and
women
be
listen
just
this
there.
part. Yeah.
And he is not, like, if he is trying to spend time with you, he is focused on you and not what the kids have to do that night or what dinner is like or what this and that. He's just focused on you. But the thing about men is that us women cannot understand, because we don't have this, is a man literally has a box that's literally empty.
Yeah.
There's nothing in it. A guy could sit there and all of a sudden think nothing. Completely nothing. And then you're like, so what are you thinking about? And they'll be like, nothing. And you're like, you're lying, right? Because us women, we don't have that box. We don't have that luxury of just la la la, right? We're always thinking, always processing, always doing something, right? Because that's how God made us, okay? We're always thinking, always. Have you ever noticed, if you have your husband watch the kids come back with broken bones, broken stuff. There's knees all bent up, there's crayons all over the place, the whole house is a mess, and you're just like sitting there going, why didn't you take care of the children? I did. No, you didn't. You just let them do whatever they want, because they go into this empty box and they can just and do nothing. But us, we sit there and we're like, okay, and then we got to do this, and we got to do that, and we got to do that, and then we're like, wait, little Johnny, where are you going? Don't go in the street. Wait, you're gonna get hit. But the dad would be like, let kids be kids. Just let it happen. They're children. Just let them be. And us, we're like, no, they're gonna die. We take it to the extreme. Oh my God, they're gonna die. When, usually they don't. But we always watch out for that stuff, because we're already planning in the future. We are time travelers in our mind. Yeah. We already know exactly where that kid's gonna end up, what's gonna happen. Now we're gonna have to go to the hospital. Now we're gonna have to skip work because we're in the hospital and Johnny broke a bone. That's what we think. But the dad is like, It's all good.
Yeah.
Like, let it happen.
Okay,
Tell them
my
about,
turn.
Tell
My
them about
turn,
the one
my
time.
turn.
No. Tell
So-
them about the one time.
The what? One time what? No.
No. It's the elementary. Tell them about the elementary.
What elementary? I don't remember. Okay, yeah, see, the reason is we men, our brain travel like from one box to another. If we are not on empty box, it travels at the speed of 20 mile per hour, okay? Very slow.
Very
But the
slow.
woman mind, it's all connected and it travels so fast at the speed of 65 to 150 mile per hour, okay? That's why women are very, we call it hang, right? Yeah, hang tichu, because of that. Because they get so many things connected here and then they just speak out. But men, sometimes we stay here, okay? Sometimes men, we stay here and then we get lost, okay?
Yeah,
So
we get
if
lost.
we understand this, it helps a lot, okay? How how your wife brain works and how your husband brain works.
Also, if you ask him a question, like, hey, do you think we should sign our kid up for swimming lessons? It can literally take 20 to 30 seconds for him to register it, try to figure out an answer, and come back to you. But when you're asked a question, you answer like this. Because your brain is working so fast. And the part of the brain that connects the left side of the brain to the right side of the brain is bigger in women. So us women, we have bigger brains than men.
Yeah,
Okay.
the brain is
So-
divided, okay? And then
This
the
part
left and the right.
is huger and
It's
this
connect-
part is smaller, and that's why it takes them longer to process things. So if you ask them a question and you're like, why aren't you answering? It's because they're processing it. It's going to take them a second. So if you ask them a question and they kind of ignore you, or they kind of look at you like they acknowledge you asked a question and they kind of do this number, don't get mad. Don't start throwing shoes at them, okay? Or the spatula or whatever you have in your hand. They're processing. It takes them a second. Now, if they take 2 hours to get back to you, that's a problem. But it takes literally 20 to 30 seconds for a man to process. So just give them a second. And then in that meantime, don't overthink. Because us women love to overthink because our brain is going constantly. So we'll overthink. Oh, what? He's not listening to me? He's not respecting me? I can't believe this. I'm so done with him. I remember that one time he did this and he did that. And then you're all mad. And then by the time he comes back, because, that's 20, 30 seconds, right? By the time he comes back,
No.
don't be ridiculous. No, but in that 20, 30 seconds, you're like, everything
yeah,
else. And then they come back with, what? Why are you so mad? I don't get it. Because they were still processing. No, you could get mad.
The sad
Anger
thing
is an
is,
emotion.
men would come back and say, it's not a big deal, okay?
Exactly.
For women, it's already a big deal. So men, we have to respect that, okay? If they're like, keep yelling, just say, okay. Okay.
Or you can even
At
tell
least-
them, I'm processing.
Yeah,
Give me a
at
second.
least say, I'm processing what you go through. Then the woman will not get offended. If you just say, no, it hurt their feelings. Okay, you hurt your wife's feeling. And that kind of, like added up slowly, and it affects our relationship.
So
You have to keep going. Time very
Always
fast.
communication.
Yeah.
Always communicate. Okay? So if you are angry about something and you walk away, don't just walk away. Men.
Yeah, for women.
Because women
that's-
will not. They will follow
yeah,
you.
For
How
women.
dare you? You get in here. I'm talking to you. Right? The man will just, I'm mad. I'm gone. And the woman will be like, how dare you? And they'll follow you all over the place. They'll follow you in the bathroom. They'll follow you in the, I don't know where you're going, but they'll follow you. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, if you take off in the car, they'll run after you. How dare you? All right? Because that's how women are. Because they want an answer. So
Yeah.
all you have to say is, honey, I love you. I'll be right back. I need a time.
Yeah.
I need time to process. And what us women have to do is, okay, he's communicating to me. He needs time to process. He said, I love you, which just because you're mad at somebody doesn't mean you don't love them. Love is a choice, not an emotion. Remember? So
See-
just because you're mad at your spouse doesn't mean you don't love them. Right?
See, you guys see the difference, right? I don't have chance to talk. See, keep talking. See, that's the man brain.
'Cause
and
my
the,
brain is
yeah,
going
the woman brain and the man brain.
100
Okay,
miles an hour.
that's an evidence. Okay. Now I'd like to add that As long as your wife complain and hang sok, right? That means your wife is trying to fix your relationship in your family. When woman said, I'm done, okay, that means
She's done.
giving up. And they get to the point of no return. So man, if our wife keep complaining and murmuring, say that yes, she wants this relationship to keep going, okay? It's a very good thing. Good to know, okay? Like, we have to go ahead.
Sorry.
Like, because it's already almost 30 minutes. Second point that we want to mention is how we socialize is completely different between men and women, okay? Women would sit around, they'll have, like
Nyang
Nyang
tui.
tui or chai, and then they'll talk. Okay, and 3-4 hours gone.
Oh, yeah.
Men will sit, it's not circle, it's like this. We turn on TV, we don't talk, we just watch. Okay? That's even how we socialize is different because of our brain construction. Does that make sense? So those are the things that we have to know. And then there's even different way of calculating math, okay? Go ahead.
Okay.
I know.
Have you guys ever heard about girl math?
It's called girl math.
Girl math. Come on, you guys do it all the time, okay? Us ladies, we'll see something at the store, and if it's on clearance or if it's on discount, we're like, yeah, we're gonna get that, we're gonna save some money. So, let's say there's a dress that we like, right? So, a little dress, right? And with okay, that's not a good dress, but it's something, right? A dress. And let's say it was like $100, and now it's like only $40. That's when we're like,
for women,
yeah,
like $60 saved,
60
right?
bucks saved.
So
to
girl
us,
math.
it's like, dude, we earned $60. We got $60. And then man is like, dude, you spent 40. Right?
Do you guys get that?
So that's girl
again.
math. It's
Yeah.
I saved this much, so now I could put 60 on something else because I saved $60. So I justified that purchase because I saved $60 because it was on clearance. There's never a time I go to the store and buy anything full price. It's always clearance.
You still buy another stuff, is that 60?
Wait, what? We usually do what?
That's the saving part. Pakam.
They still use the saving money to buy stuff.
Yeah, but it's another
Yeah,
thing.
but
That's
it's
meeting
another
the
thing.
family.
That's girl math.
Okay.
Us ladies, come on, back me up. That is girl math.
Okay, one thing that guys we have to really understand about our wife is that when they spend money, okay, most of the time they don't spend for themselves. They always think about the family.
Yep. So it's very rare that
I
we'll
thought I'll
actually
get
get
amen
that.
from the woman. No amen? You always put the family needs first.
Because we're
not even your
thinking
needs.
of, okay, this kid needs this, okay, socks, some school supplies, blah, blah, blah. But if we can get that all on clearance, amazing, we're saving money, right? And then, we see this thing at the store. Oh, my daughter would love that, or my son would love that. And then you're like, oh, crap, I got to think of the other two kids. Okay, what did they want, right? Let's try to get clearance for them. All right, let's get them something. Everything else, right? So we're like, oh, our husbands will like this or that, or something for the home. Oh, okay, we need that bookshelf, or we need that stool, or whatever. So it's rarely ever really spent on us. It's always spent at the family, but we're always looking for clearance.
Does that make sense? So we have to understand how our wives are calculating spend money. They always focus on the family. The next topic we would like to talk about is, this is very crucial. Most of the divorce happen sex issue, financial issues, and in-laws. Okay, we're going to talk about in-laws later. This is very important because most of Amy Nupi would never say this to our husband. Okay, because they think that that's their duty, that's their way of commitment. Okay, as we said that God created men and women differently. Okay,
Different.
For men we are like oven, no microwave. Okay, we just excited and done. We are done. Okay. But women are like oven. They're slowly heated up. Once they're heated up, they just cannot calm down. Okay? So my fellow men,
You all know
don't
what
try
we're
to
talking
have
about,
it
right?
when it's time to go to bed. Okay? When it's bedtime, please don't initiate this, because When men's are done, we just fall asleep and start snoring. But our women cannot go to sleep right away. It takes them 2-3 hours to really fall asleep. Okay? So when you're snoring, your wife is struggling to go to sleep. Does that make sense? This is very significant. You guys have to look another time. Okay? And then when men, we sleep. Okay? But for women, 90% you are awake even though you're sleeping. Women are at least 90% awake even though when they're sleeping. The reason is, that's why they can hear the baby cry. That's why the baby fuss a little bit. Women know it right away. Okay? Even they cannot even have a sound sleep. But men, even though our kids cry, we still turn around and still snore, right? Does that make sense? Because if your wife doesn't have enough sleep for 3 nights in a row, it really affects the brain chemistry. Okay? So men, let's be respectful on that part of it.
So that's why sometimes when you have a newborn, because when you got a baby, that baby gonna keep you up, right? Y'all know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, those two should really understand it.
So you have to make like a schedule. And literally, this is not about cultural stuff. This is about how the body is made. So this surpasses culture, okay? I know it's like, oh, you let the lady do everything and then the guy sleeps all the time and he gets enough sleep, he doesn't wake up in the middle of the night, stuff like that. Wrong, okay? You guys are co-parenting this child. You guys are both taking care of this child. So you have to figure out your schedule, okay? So usually it takes the woman some time to go to sleep, right? So you kind of have to figure it out. Okay, for women, we could kind of like, for example, okay, because your husbands work, right? And sometimes the ladies work too. So you got to think about that too, all right? So for the first 3 months, usually they'll give the ladies some time off of work. It's like the maternity leave. But the men, they really don't give maternity leave to. So they still got to go to work, right? But if they work, let's say 9 to 5, right? Sorry. If they work 9 to 5, right? That's like an 8-hour shift. That's a normal 8-hour shift, right? So if they work that, when they come home, yeah, they can eat and then go to sleep, okay? Us ladies, okay, because we usually get time off for, the very newborns, and the newborns are always waking up every 2 or 3 hours, right? Because they're crying, they got tiny bellies, all that stuff, right? We all know this? We all know the biology of babies, right? Science of babies? Okay. Hopefully we do. So eat and sleep. So he sleeps from like 7 till 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, about 2 o'clock. That's 7 hours of sleep. That's a good amount of sleep, right? Ladies, we're taking care. Hello? You will not shut me down. So, ladies, we're taking care of the baby until basically, like, we kind of lay with them or whatnot till like 2 o'clock in the morning or 2 a.m. And then what happens is after 2 is when the husband wakes up and takes care, right? And then at about 6 or 7 in the morning, that's when the wife takes over. So does that make sense? Y'all getting enough sleep, right? Because she's going to bed at 2 o'clock in the morning. She gets up around 6 or 7. So you're getting around 4 to 5 hours of sleep, which should be a little bit more, actually. So let's say midnight. I'm like, you should be getting a little bit more sleep than that. But you kind of offset it. So then you get enough sleep, they get enough sleep, because I'm going to let you know, biologically speaking, if you don't get enough sleep, you will start hallucinating and losing your mind. Your wife all of a sudden becomes a different person. And you're just sitting there going, what happened to my wife? What is going on, right? You need sleep. Literally, statistics show that if you don't get enough sleep, you kind of have symptoms like schizophrenia. Schizophrenia, you hear voices, you see things, you're irritable, you're suspicious of everybody. How dare you? You're not going to work. You're gonna have sex with somebody, right? You start thinking those things because you're not having enough sleep. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So you need enough sleep.
Since we are in sleep, the importance of sleep, let me add a little bit, okay? Adult, we need a sleep time of 7 to 9 hours to be healthy. Teenagers need 8 to 10 hours. Athletic people that were doing sport, they need 9 to 10. If you don't sleep for 3 nights regularly, consistently, your brain works like only 50%. Your brain slow down to 50%, okay? Then if you have a sleep deprivation, that means imut khamlo mo. Then to get back your memory and your brain to work normal, it takes you 24 hours of sleep. If you don't sleep 1 week, your immunity system, in your body, there's a body that fight against all these germs and bacteria, right? If you don't sleep if you have a poor sleep of 1 week, your immune system goes down by 30%, okay? And then, so
that's why you see a lot of new moms
Yeah.
all of a sudden being like,
Getting sick.
I'm sick, or I got COVID, or I got the flu, or I got something, because they're not sleeping enough.
tua konggen penu imuta thupi dan hin mo zile pasalte na tanew nei ten bang imut hun bang ik khelu hoi ve banghang yam chile ko jong tua dena kalom nu nonggen pen ka zat wei ve kei pasal ka ya nga kei ken ka tate don lo am lo kai we take turn, okay? And itate to I bonding jong tampi thoi ve e paten jong itate keble mo in imuti kham keile gen tena zan thum imut na kham keile mo na khwak chu 50% nau chi aive, okay? And then nipikal khat hoi ta kana imut keile mo na pumpitunga nat na hi kong paite ana do mai ve immune system ki china twate pen za som thum atha nau kia mai ve to chianga zan to na imuti kham keile I brain pe na ki reset na nga nai kal som ni le li khong imut ngai ve toy mana mi hing pen imuti kham lo chianga ilung jong tom mo jong ki he bai to chianga na jong ki mang hil pai ve to chianga itate jong nong kai ki sign a ki sam lo pia ki hang ina stress it brings stress to the family in kwan sunga a hui khwang dik no lo ve a hui khwang nuam no lo mo toy mana itate hile einu le pai le imuti kham ding pen thu pi ma chi ong be lap nu.
And you might be thinking, how in the world is the husband going to get up when I'm breastfeeding, right? Because a lot of us breastfeed our children. Well, what you can do is you could store breast milk and pump and get that ready for him, so when he is ready to get up and you get to sleep, you can have that sleep. You don't have to breastfeed at that time, like he will feed the milk that came from your breast.
How do you perceive your wife or your husband? Okay, nazinu nazipa chu nabang chimua. Okay, I'm sorry. Example. Okay.
I see my husband is very capable. He is very melhoit lua, and he is very smart. He's very kind and gentle, but don't try to push him over because he will be like a bull.
She knows.
He is
she knows when I get
a
mad,
protector.
I can be crazy.
And he's very wanting to be involved with the family. So that's my husband.
Me, the way I see my wife is that, like, from the day that we get married, yeah, she's pretty, everybody knows, you know, because we go to places and guys would hit on her, like, come
It's
on, I'm the
embarrassing.
husband, come on, please, I'm here.
I'm married.
Even some
women will hit on me.
women hit on her, like, come
And I'm
on,
like,
I'm here.
I'm married.
And she's not, you know, she's not your type, you know. So,
How do you see me again? How do you see me? Where's all that information?
yeah, I'm going to go there. So she's very capable, she's very smart, she can feel people's emotions. So she's very sensitive. And that's where I see that she needs me a lot. I have to be emotionally strong. Okay? I have to be the tower that he can come and run to me. Does that make sense? And then my perspective with it is like, when we get married, okay, I don't see her as like, okay, you're my wife, you have to do this, you have to do that, you have to have babies. No. To me, she's given by God to me, and my job is to help her to become the best person that God created her to be. Does it make sense? That's how you have to see your husband too. When you get married with your husband, you should see like, okay, God give him to be my responsibility to become the best person. For example, my wife hates cooking. Okay, she doesn't like cooking.
I get angry. I literally
when
start chopping stuff and I'm like, I hate
After
you.
she cooks, she get mad.
I'm so mad.
But I love cooking. From childhood, I love cooking. I love washing dishes. You guys can ask my mom, my in-laws, my brothers, wives, they know, my sister. I always help them washing dishes. Because when I wash dishes, I see the transformation from dirty dishes to rinsing and then cleaning. It suits me, okay? That's my coping skill. So God has a plan when God put us together. She hates cooking, I love cooking. I'm really bad in writing. Oh my gosh, if you guys see my English writing, it's horrible. But she's so good in writing to the point that at Gilead, whenever they do audit, we pass with distinction because of our writing. Does that make sense? So God put us together to complement each other. So now, thank you. Now what I would like to ask you is that we all have previous relationship, right? Right? We thought that, okay, she is going to be my wife. We try so hard, we do everything, but somehow it doesn't end up. We don't get married. And you just get married to someone that you didn't even think about it, okay? Do I make sense? So what I'm trying to say is, when you become one, okay, whether it's not your first choice or whatever heartache you have, God already had a plan for both of you to be together. You have to accept that. So stop thinking about the past relationship. If that past relationship to be supposed for you, God will not put you together. Mm-hmm. Yes, Pakam. I think he think I'm too serious.
No, when I come to your home, Kimberly is always cooking and making something to eat.
Because he loves you.
Because
She cook for you.
I want to cook you nyang tui all the time. I'm always cooking nyang tui. I'm good with that.
And also, I realized that your legs are so effective. These two come together like this.
Ah, okay, good. So good. Pakam, yeah, my wife hate cooking, but she makes sure that she cooks something for you guys when you come over, because she loves you guys, okay?
Yes.
That's the reason whenever you send a text or invite, sometimes I don't want to come, to be honest, but my wife said, no, we have to go to Peniel because it's Pasikam that invite us. We can never say no to you, okay? That's because of her. Sorry, let me go back. So now, what happened is, we used to talk, okay? We used to talk. I said like,
We
hey,
still talk.
We still talk. And then we said like, do you feel any improvement? Do you feel any area that I need to help you to become a better person? Okay? So we go for dating every month. We make it very intentional. We put on our calendar. It used to be third Friday of every month. We go dating. Okay, we dress up, we go to restaurant, we eat. But we only have 2 kids, we cannot do that. So we do a random dating. Whenever our kids are in school and our work is kind of slow, it's like, hey, you want to go for a date for lunch? So now we have to go for a date during lunch. Okay? So please, you guys have to maintain that. You guys have to keep going for dating even though you guys are married. If not, the chores, the responsibility would slowly drift you away. Okay? So now my main point is, she feels she's a better person after we get married. I feel I'm a better person after we get married. That's why there's a song saying that kitian kumla tam sem nga email la sem, okay? That's possible. That's the job. Just getting married doesn't do the job. You have to literally maintain that. Tuwak again sampian mo nu pa hi chianga akimok ten hiloi ve zi pasal ding ai jaw lo nidang khong a jong lom nga I khong jong nei khai ve mo to te pen ki ten pi ding o hi pen ka zi ding hi mai hi pen ka thunget na jong ong dok hin ka pasal ding a hi e te jong ki teng khalui ve ayang atuan na zinu chu na zipa pen. There's a divine pasianin lema sa kaunggom ay ve. Okay? To onggom hit pen pasianin banggel na niyam chile. Nakiten siyang wa mo. Kiteng ziaw hilo ay ve. Nang hanga na zipen anu apa insunga omlai sanga pil zoding siam zoding, okay? Le topan pasianin abol na bang taka nuntang na fulani thi nanga nang napas apasalina napanta na makayan na guide din to pen na responsibility ay we. To adan ma zinun zonga na zipa pen to nakiten sianga na zipa pen tugian na siyam kele zong tugian na siyam na nga panta ding makaiding support ding. So we build together kilam to ading apasyanin nong de ay we. Kumsom ni bang kiteng tayo na ang ngay bad level mo, we have to check ourselves. What's my role as a husband? Am I not doing? Kumsom ni bang kiteng nungan na zi ang ngay hilay le. Pasalte na katawan siyem lo kayam ti ikidot di ngay we. Izite zong tuwadan mahile. Izite zong o kapasal tu nga katawan zolo kayam bangyam ka zolo. Ikan khom nga ye. Ay mite na kampaw ni ne mong bang chebe mo mong kung na thiu na mong kung pen it's separated right pai to na ong ki go mo na atunga izial to we pum khatswa ko mo in adon lam pe na akoi pe na chi ki theno lo we our marriage should be like that inu pakal pen to adan ding ai we nu me pasali ha nga pai to khom ding na mingle ding mo in atop na ki hen theno lo we to changa numei na sep pasal na sep chi te pen mo pasal ten let's not have that in our mind anhuan pen nazina wan zo kele en huan lelding okay numei na sep pasal na sep chi ina imama jin jong inu pakal pen sukhai you want to add something right
I just want to say a good and great marriage is two people who try to outserve one another. So you have to serve her, she has to serve you. And you're trying to outserve one another. That's a great marriage. Now, I must say that sometimes what we do is we put too much weight on our spouse in thinking that they should do what God can only do. So do not mistake their job with God's job. Does that make sense? In your heart, there's always going to be this space that will not be filled with anything but God and God's presence. So you have to also spend time with the Creator, okay, to fill up that space. Because no matter how much Ukam tries, he will never fill that space. It's God's responsibility to fill that space. And it goes for women and for men. Because some men are like, oh, she needs to be my everything. No. Or he needs to be my everything. No. God is your everything. Always keep that in mind. She is only supposed to grow you and make you better, right? But there's going to be times when she's limited. There's going to be times when she's sick. There's going to be times when she's busy with the kids. And guess what? You're going to have to find her needs somewhere else. Because you're trying to put too much on her. She's not a superhero. And neither is the men. The men are not superheroes either. Like, we are not supposed to be everybody's everything. Does that make sense? Like, only God can be everything. So in that time when your husband, your wife is sick, then you look for your fulfillment in Jesus. You go and spend time with God. Or you help her. Like, hey, how can I help? Because you're out serving each other, right? How can I help? I know that you're sick and not feeling good. Do you want me to give the kids a bath and then put them to bed? Yeah, okay, lay down, go lay down. It's okay, I got this, right? So we're always doing that, but don't ever put on the burden of what God is supposed to do onto your spouse, or you're gonna have conflict because they're gonna be like, I can't be God. Nobody can be God, okay? There's only one perfect person that walked the earth, and that was Jesus, and that was it. We're not perfect, okay? So stop thinking that your spouse is gonna be perfect.
Okay, let me translate. Tua lom nun again pen, Tusiam kitu ding cheve no pa mo nong tua chi he chi de hisolo dina tusiam kitu ding e tua tusiam kitu anai na I naung khang sakina kiniam khat na jong ong khang sak mo ina to chang mi ngi chi pen ama ai abukim lo ve na pasal zong bukim lo na zinu nong bukim lo ba ya nga pasian ina ama a hi ding na zina pasali sunga mga space katumay ve to pen nang le kei zile pasali kipiak thei loi ve to pen pasian na se phina to pen pasian mun te pasian ap ngam din mo to pen lom nu na gen hina abana paini hangina accept and choose each other every day mo hi pen ni America kisam dia kai ve this is very important in America. You have to get up, look at your spouse and say, I choose you today, I choose to love you today mo jing sangi tho siala izinu izi finding na oh nang pen tunin ong teling e nang pen ka I thi chia mentally you have to prepare. If not na sepi pai na mo mi te siam lo we mi te zoom mo we na siam mo na tuai mana ai mi te e on khong mun tuam to ma siam te apasal lo azilo to ki ho tamai we. Am I right? The reason is we forgot to choose our wife or husband before we leave the house. Mi kam siam khong ina ithelo kala ilung symptom to man la live. Okay? Some people are really good in talking, you know, like they'll say to your coworker like, hey, you look sexy today, you know. You might say, well, but it's stuck in your head. Your wife might not say that. Your husband might not say that. But it's stuck in your head. And as the day goes by, it built up. Okay, that's why there's so many extramarital relationships among our people at workplace. So you have to literally choose your wife. You have to. There are times when I would pray in my mind and say like, I mean, we argue, okay?
How dare you?
Ama German lung sim ne ke gwal nam lung tang khau. Oh my gosh, you guys don't want to see
Two
that.
stubborn cultures hitting
Kalung tang
together.
wo phat dan na sia hi mai. German mong alung tang phau ai mo. Ai ku kita te jong mo. Deu lo wi ve. Ki chi mai mo. En ka ki to tu cha chu a puak zang ai ve. Okay? I hang at the end. What I tell to myself is topa Kimberly pen makka ding le kem ding le zun ding anong piak na nga pan let song ka nga ichangina help me because you entrusted her in my life and everything settled down. See her progress, see her growth as your responsibility mo nazinu nazipa pen mi phatwa mai kele akhan nang pen nangi tawan dani nanga isun lewte ko jong ka kitot new tampio mai ve ka kitot tu changa chu puak phang mo ai hang atom na ken bang chi gayam chile topa kazi pen nanga pan let song ka nga. That's what the Bible said, right? Nanga pan let song ka nga ichangina kem zoding huai zoding makai zoding don zoding zun zoding a nong la meta nong pia ka ichana ong pan pi in ke tha to zo ken ka chi cha mo ka hi na ting it just melt down. Okay? To a mindset in it, to a mindset is on refocus, reframe mo. No, pa. You want to add anything?
Well, you might be thinking, what does she think every time you get into an argument? Well, I think, man, I'm just stuck with that man. Oh, I can't believe it. Just kidding.
I'm very conscious with time. Kay pen kanewa pan nau chia chi ken nei ngai lo mo sang khong ka cha jong minute som advance ka tung kile kalung nuam lo we ina hun pen enen kai we. Okay, 9 to 10:30 yung pen ai changwa den cha jong question and answer hunong peut kai we in mailam huna nong chial zen zen ule jong hun mana nong pai ki ule pan lel ding kai we ken pan le in tun pol pini every manda ka pai na ten bang oh hitenu pa a hun mana ang tungun pan chiuna ong pai pa pa. It's a habit that we need to change among our people, okay? Ki ngak lo ding mo. Iki ngak sia nga. Ahun nga katun ba ina nga jing sang katho ba nga ka hiding teng ka hin. Hiya jing sang thowak khat pa chu. Ama agina lo pen kenia aman pia kai iki ngak chemo. So we should not do that. We should be on time, okay? I don't know if that's part of parenting.
Marriage.
Yeah.
That is part of parenting.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Yeah.
I said it my wife too.
Okay. Now, some of us married for 5 years. Some of us married for 10 years. Some of us married for 20 years. Right? But
35. 35, I think.
or 35. Yeah. Pakam and all are 35. But have you ever think about the luggages that you bring in your marriage? Do you get what? Huh? Yes. Yeah. Ikiti na mo. Izin dek chianga airport ko ngai pai chianga luggage me mo carry on me mo. A luggage extra ipuak di pen extra money ki petai mo. To ja tu chianga mi tamzon extra money ki pe u lo na tom thei thei ki poe. Luggage khata carry on dinga ki han chia me mo. Tuadan ma jong mo nu pa iki gom chianga I thei lo kala mo. Luggage tampi khat po kha ye to pen marriage ki po khalute just like Rachel ina Jacobina apa na pusu apia apa I milim khata na po khai ven mo tuadana mo ikiten ma I zong sat okay I idols okay tampi pen marriage po pollute khai ve tuate pen we never talk about it but it's there and it really affects our marriage tua ikiten ma van hon khat ipuak lut ikiten na mo van ken gen lo kai mo this is not about the dowry it's about your value system it's about your like your mindset hi pen mo van ken hilo nang inga isudan na khan khia dan in thutam pi poi betun ko nu pa bang ka kiten wa zan le su na ki bang kai we we are so different right I said we are like day and night. Like our jokes is not different. What?
Why are you speaking in the other language?
No,
Can't
some of
understand.
them doesn't
Oh,
understand.
okay.
So Pakam
I
wants
was
me
like, I
to
don't
say
get it.
that.
Where are we at?
So I'm gonna get back. So I'm saying that there's luggage that we bring that we have to like. Sometimes we don't open it, and then but it's there, and it really affects our current marriage.
That's why you gotta go through it all.
Yeah. So you both have to open it together, and you guys have to throw away what's not needed. Okay, and then keep what is useful for your marriage and start your own luggage. Natal siya muna. You want to add?
I mean, like he was saying, like we don't have the same sense of humor. No.
Oh my gosh,
Because
no,
I
no.
was brought up in Detroit, Michigan. Sarcasm is like our thing, and he's just
Eng
like,
pao mo, eng pao
huh?
sarcasm.
And I'm like, it's sarcastic. Or I'll be asking a question like, what's going on with that? That's rhetorical. You're not supposed to answer that. But he'll be like, and he'll take that 30 seconds to answer. And I'm like, okay, it wasn't meant to be answered. It's just crazy talk. It's funny. Like I'm flipping hilarious up north, especially with white people. Oh man, they love me. Anyway, but he won't get it. So I'm like, okay, is that really important in the marriage? Not really. Like, if he doesn't get my jokes, not really. So we kind of make our own little jokes. We make our own little things. And then it's funny to us, and then later on we have those inside jokes, I know, right? Oh, man. And then we'll look at each other and we'll do it like he just did, and I know what he's talking about, but no, y'all are like, what are they talking about?
Game na ihata, jokes mo ihata zong kibang lo inu iswadan zong kibang lo. Okay? Tuay mana ko bang tun inner jokes yung nga. Bangyam kati leng nui lel di nga ve. Kanu pa wa kapatwe ve tua pen no khong thei ding hilo. So you have to start something new as a couple where you laugh about it. Mm-hmm. It should be something that you guys experience together.
And then,
Even food is different. Okay?
Oh, yeah.
Kakitian tu me tam khong ka huan siang aman like what is this? It's all water. Ay lalim sa mama me tu. Siya like what is this? It's all water. There is no spices, right? So we compromise. We compromise. Compromise is not like giving up your manhood. Nazinu to nakitu anangwa mo, nakihipen mo, napasalhi na abi sa kilo na yun.
explain a little bit more.
Na initensam na. Amy pasal din tuwa sa kapapay. Izi to ikitu ananga, izi chi lam kong iwa man kagle. Kukitsa pa. Chipapay mo. No. Ta chapa, yeah, I'm sorry. Ta chapa kisang tao mo. Hindi na nga kung kichapa kisiri mo. Ta chapa, ta chap, huh? Oh, Thai boy. No. Mi zouten mo, mi zouten pen Amy laka advance zoe. Okay, mi zouten banggen uyam chile. Thai boy kanom to nen, chung ko trong roll kan ni chive. Thai boy, ta chapa mo. Iom pen insung apang home siam hiang chive. Na tel siam muna. So na insung kito anangai le mo. Thai boy se kun lap, ta chapa le tel. It's okay. Na insung anob le na leitung nuwa mai ve. Na marriage nuam le na leitung nuwa mai ve. Ki khom khong ang pai na zito ki tong sa nong payo mi la kanan ise usawa ngai tak tanga. Okay, that's Pharisees to me. Does that make sense?
So basically, when two people get married, okay, now as a man and a woman, like you're already different. So y'all might think, hey, I married in the culture, so, we'll be fine. Not necessarily, okay? So you really have to figure each other out. You don't get rid of everything like that made you who you are. Now, I'm not talking about past relationships. That didn't make you who you are, right? But your family unit, where you brought up, what kind of culture you had, that's what made you who you are, right? But you don't get rid of that to be one with each other.
Okay, let me
you bring that in and you make your own together.
To lom nun again pen minam khat sungai ki ten le jong in sung ki puak dan ki bangloin mo adjustment bol ngai ve okay to ai chang aya numele pasal ikibatlo na denai ikwak ngai sudan ki batlo dan imut thei dan ki batlo dan igen bana hi I background I khan khian na in sungin jong thu tam pi poi ve mo to teng khem pe pen a hoi lo hi lo ve a hoi teng la ding ina no nu pai na no we are ding culture khat ki pan ding okay.
So for example, okay, we obviously eat different things, right? And then by the way, just because you're bringing in your culture and you're making new, it doesn't mean that Ukam is whitewashed, and it doesn't mean that I'm Zomi washed, okay, or Amy washed, right? It's not true. We are bringing together and we're making our own culture, okay? So let's say, because we eat differently, right? But he's the cook, right? So he didn't cook like totally like Amy food and force me to eat it. It wouldn't have happened. It's like giving a baby like a steak. How do you think that's gonna work? They're gonna choke on it and they're gonna die. So you don't give a baby a steak, you give them milk, right? Everybody knows you give babies milk, right? Yes. So, and then you start adding a little bit of food, but the food is all mushed up. Like that one lady, she had some food all mushed up and everything, and it's mushed up with some milk, right? It's like the oatmeal or the grits or whatever, and it's really mushy, right? Then they move into more like mac and cheese or something really smushy, maybe some rice with some chicken porridge, you know what I mean? It's really mushy, but you don't put in the meat yet. And then they start eating meat. So it's little by little by little. So at first, I was just like, what is all that food? What is going on? Like, So he has to do a little by little by little. And then all of a sudden, like, if you look at our food, like, he's cooking the way Nunu did. And I'm eating it because it's been 15 years. Okay, so yeah, it's gonna take a little bit, but it does. Like, he started putting turmeric and stuff. He started putting all the spices, right? And then I got used to it.
Tun lom nun again pen mo. Ama hi pen gen tina ke pen anhuan ut kai ve. Ei me tuimol khong bang khong hwan leng aman ka ki ten tungwa anek din dan jon thei lo ve. Aya nga ken ka hwan kom koma olola banga steak khong bolina to changa olola ei lam me hwan dal khong hwan mo. Cha olola kai le aman jong neu chik chik ne na tun ina ung pai leu te kan nek penu 90% pen Amy anhuan ai ve. Amy nek ne thei kai ve. Ka ki ten tungwa bel hi thei ve lo mo tun zasan khong jong ne ngam tai ve spicy food khong jong next time ta ka ki ten chungwa chu nele resu ma tai pa pai mo toy mana nu pai ki chi pen banga ki gal kap ukdana kinot vu di lo we we have to be patient lung duai ta ka khang khom ding ina to pen ihan siya mama
And
ding.
a lot of people think, oh, well, I mean, if they're from different cultures, well, then he'll eat his food and she'll just eat her food and it'll be fine. I hate to tell you, remember that example he gave about those two trees that are coming together and they kind of intertwine and blah, 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 right? When you get up to here, you can't even tell which tree is which, right? Mm-hmm. So if you keep it like that, you will always keep in a separate mind. Do you understand? You don't want to separate you at all. Okay? So you start working together until you get to that point where you are basically like one. You cannot see the difference anymore. Like, I'll be talking to, let's say, because Jenny and Mumung are our IT crew. They help us with the media and everything. So I'll talk to Jenny about something, and then TK will talk to Mumung about something, and then we'll all get together and we'll talk about it. And I didn't even realize what he was saying in the car with Mumung. And then Mumung looks at me and like, that's what TK said. Because you cannot, we're so connected, we talk about the same stuff. You know what I mean? It should be to that point where you see that there's such a connection, there's no way that one would go without the other. So there is no divorce. Does that make sense? Like you guys are solid.
To lom nu lagi dena ka chi mong kung gen te dan mo atop na inga isun na jong ki thei hin tai in khat ve bang ko mun khat khong ka pai de ku changa mo ka ki gen het lo wa wa ki sakhin after we get ready when we come out we wear the same color.
I'm just
That's
like,
how we are connected now with our mind.
And of course he's not going to wear
It
pink.
really happened. I thei tak pi ve nu pa pen iki focus le mo toy mana ya oneness ong gen ve pum khat mo to pen lai siang to song the men shall leave the wife and they will become one. Say mo I'm not preaching here, okay pakam, I'm not taking your spot, but most of the time our marriage issues come from somebody in between. It could be your kids, it could be your in-laws, it could be your brother, it could be your sister, it could be your nephew. If you really want to have a good marriage relationship, don't let anybody get into that. Kwa ma nanu pakalo tasak lo ding napian nanu to zong napian na pa to zong pum khathilo no wo. You are not one with your parents. You are one with only your spouse. Okay? So what I'm trying to say is, if you fulfill that oneness that Christ spoke about, apat tuam pi ding teng khem pe pen nanu na pa na sangam na be na phung na min pi teng hi pai ve no nu pa kala mi khat tasak khaleu te mo nanu pa kalu boy le athuak teng jong to teng ma hi ve does that make sense na telu siam na toy mana na pum khat na pe nu nak koi ching zo le mo aham phat pi ding teng pen na pian na nu na pian na pa na pian na sangam na be na phung teng ma hi ve no nu pa ki to kiu le te aboy teng ma tua teng ma hi zi le ve. Okay, so hi bang ka ham phat nai le mo. I'm so blessed to have Kimberly. When we first get married, we argue because there's so many things that's different
that go
between us.
unsaid.
Yeah. Kakiten tung pen ako kalung kituak ver lo we. Khat ve bang ken na ma hu som lo chin laundry ball na. Ein chik ma laundry ball lo cha black, white,
Gotta
red.
separate the
Fika
colors.
ko in laundry hi le lom no. Why do you? I'm trying to help you.
You're not helping if every
And
color is
I'm
pink.
like, you're not helping. You blah blah blah. You know, he color ke le he one him pe usedi chebe. To changa, I slowly said, honey, I don't grow up with washer and dryer. I don't know that I have to separate colors.
But he communicated that to me.
Okay,
And I
so-
was able to say, oh, I forgot. Okay.
At the beginning, I was mad too.
Let me
I'm
help
trying
you.
to help you more. My intention is good. Nong han khum chi kai mo aya ka ngai sulle. Hold on a minute. Aman jong ke lam pa nong tel lo hi china. Ken ke ko washer le dryer kham khelo ko lui dunga pa ya ka khutu to pon so phi mo. Ka chi chianga. Yeah. And then Kimberly said, "Oh my gosh, I never think about that." Nang tua da na khang khia na ilam ka ngai sun khama sama chin. So ka laundry tungwa white goes with this color. color combination na ko.
See, I'm very research oriented.
Okay.
I'm very teacher oriented. So I wrote it on the board.
Tua ki pa na puan so vai to ki tong non lo kay bewa. Does that make sense? If you take it wrongly, you guys can your marriage could affect. Na tel siya mo na. So like ama kakito tu tia man anu le pa ko thei je le. Ina anu na bang chiam chile. Pi ching na hiu hin ki teng na hiu hin nanu pakalu nong gen non ding le. Phone la non lo ding nu ta hi na ki ho non lo ding chi na pasal hoi lo na pasal tu nga na he na ang gen ding na le chi. So and then my in-law said you guys go for counseling. So now her mom set a boundaries, right? And now she knows that okay, I cannot run to my mom anymore. So she has to deal with me. Okay?
Which it should
Since
be.
then-
You need to deal with your spouse.
Since then,
You need to talk to them.
nobody get into our marriage anymore. That's why our marriage is very good right now. And hopefully in the future too. Even Pasay come, if you come and say something between us, we would be like, hold on, this is what Pakam said. What do you think about it?
Yes.
Laundry is not part of husband's job.
What? What did
Okay,
he say?
you're out serving each other. Maybe you need to learn how to do the laundry.
I never do laundry, and I don't know how to separate.
Maybe she likes to do laundry.
Pakam, when you're in hostel, you do your laundry. Yeah, so why not
There
do
you
when
go.
you're married?
But I was so inspired that you said we must go in the river,
Yeah.
You make me inspired with that.
Kind of childhood memory, yeah. Yeah. Itel siyam na. Tuway man na. Tuwada na. Adiyag ka numayte, penin mo. Pasalte na. Nazipay na mo. Za nang lama. Pangan nang za nang tuong dong hiti at hiutia mo. The foundation of trust grow. Okay? Nazina o kapasalina. Anua pa asanggama be apung tu sanga kay tula zo hi kay ong prioritize mo ahi chi athei chianga tuai na nanu pakalwa trust mo kimuan ngam na swang phum foundation achi ki tuai
Like,
does that make sense tuai man ahi pen izite la man jong hiloi ve I thei tak dik atak taka ya no nu pa bang na taw ne mo hin na tapa pa pe nu na I nawa product ai ve mo but you will never become one with your kid you are never become one he would grow up and then he will leave you. So atom na at the end, no tigela ibe pumkat. So you have to maintain that relationship no matter what. The blessings should not get into your marriage. Pasian pan tupa na nga na lengo zong nanu pakalwa mo atatlok di nga ibe. Tun atamzo ay mite penin itate usapi mo tupi bol na inu pakal kong izito hunjang no no be. Tua pen I thei lo kala inu pakal cha gamla la ibe.
like for example, like how he was saying that you are one with your husband, you're one with your wife, but never your child. As a woman, we are bonded with our children and our husband, but because it's our brain chemistry, we're bonded with those two, but we are only one with our husband. Does that make sense? You are never one with your children. They will find someone else. That's what they're supposed to do. It's nature, it's biology. Biology speaking, a man never bonds with his children. He's with his children and he loves his children very, very much. But there's not a chemical bonding. He only chemically bonds with you. Does that make sense? So you will, as men, you will never chemically bond with your children like your wife does.
Yeah, for men to bond with your kids, you have to spend time with them. Then only the
And then that
connection is there. It's not
develops
even
the
a
bond,
bonding.
but you don't have a chemical bond with them
Yeah.
right away.
Like in human brain, they were like.
There's only
yeah,
two times.
Yeah, just mention about that.
Yeah, there's only two times. Like, that's why I always tell everybody, please try not to have sex before you're married, okay? And it's not because, oh, you're going to hell. No, it's because it's a chemical bond that you create with that person. Like, literally, your body only creates this chemical bond when you have sex with someone or when you give birth.
Yeah.
That's why women, like their babies, they will die for their babies. And men are just like, yeah, it's a baby. Oh, it's my baby. That's nice. Yay.
That's why we have
You know what
so
I mean?
many.
And that's why you have so many single moms and the
runaway
man
father.
just leaves.
Okay.
Because
we don't,
it's not a chemical bond.
yeah, we don't have that chemical bonding with our kids, men. But women have a chemical bonding when they give birth.
And it's released because
Okay.
it's a survival technique. It's to
Yeah.
make sure that that child, because that child's going to cry. That child is going to look funny when they're first born. You're like, oh my God, that's my kid. What's wrong with their head? You know, because it's all pokey coming out of the womb, right? Coming out of the vagina, right? We all know. Okay. So it's all science. So it comes out, it looks kind of pokey, and they got to kind of push their head down a little bit. And so, you know, you're kind of looking like, okay, and they're kind of purplish and reddish, and oh gosh, what's up with their skin tone? You know, they're just a little off. But moms, we love them, even when they're ugly. We're just like, oh, it's our baby. And the guys are like, oh yeah, it's our kid. Yeah, okay. You know, because they don't have that chemical bond. Like we have it. Does that make sense? So
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
just telling you, don't let your kids get in the middle of you either. If you need that date night, take it.
Yeah,
Have somebody
that-
else watch your kids. Pay them $10 for that 2 hours. I don't know. Just have somebody watch them.
That's why if you happen to have sex with your ex-girlfriend and you never met that person like 10, 20 years, and you happen to meet somewhere, if it's in the movie a lot, right?
It's like, what
They'll
the-
just like an animal.
Your whole
they'll
body
tear
just-
off their shirt, you know, because that chemical bonding has been there. That's why it just clicked.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's why it's very easy to commit adultery with your previous girlfriend that you have sex with.
Or somebody
But
that
if you
reminds
don't
you
have
of that
sex
person.
with your previous relationship, yeah, you might remember, but you would not have that rush. Does it make sense? So men, we release that chemical when we have intercourse with our wife. Okay, so that's why we have to understand. Tuay mana, America, like Father's Day is not a big deal. You know, it's not that big deal. But Mother's Day is huge. Because mom would not leave their kids because of that chemical bonding.
And if they do, they start having signs of depression, signs of anxiety, all those different things because you're grieving the loss of your child.
For example,
So it's-
if the
it's
husband
huge.
died, you know, how many times you would, even the pastor would tell like you should remarry, the woman would say, no, I'll wait for my kids, right? But if the wife died, at the funeral, the guy's like, who's going to be my next wife? Who'll take care of my kids with me, okay? Because we don't have that chemical bonding. Na tell siya muna, do you guys get it? We have to know all this. It's biology. When you understand that, it will help with our relationship, okay? Anything else?
I think we should ask for questions.
Yeah, we've
'Cause
got
it's
about
like almost time.
13 minutes. So any questions? No questions. Pakam, you have been disturbing us. Why not?
Great new idea. Because we have so many new covers.
New. So, say la lima mo na. That means Silas. Silas been my lap kay siyang ina. I'm very comfortable with you, you know, since the Namta. So what do you learn? Just tell me one thing that you learned today. If just one of you guys learn one thing, I'm happy.
Understanding one another.
Uh-huh.
That is, this is very hard for me.
Mm-hmm.
In our first year,
Mm-hmm.
that you guys talked about that earlier.
Mm-hmm.
아마 casino too.
Mm-hmm.
Kay 나가고 있겠죠.
Mm-hmm.
I want her whatever I want to be.
Yes.
But that part is in fighting who can bandijo. Nah. So what I'm talking about is we have known each other for 26 years.
Okay.
Since 1998, we know each other. We're same school, same college. Then so it's 1 year and 4 months na ikitanhan. We are just 1 year and 4 months marriage. So I thought that before marriage we know each other. I know her very well. She know me very well. Since 1998 we know each other.
Yeah, but you don't know each other like that.
So,
you know what I'm saying?
so I thought she know me very well. Then after marriage, things are like day and night. What is wrong with her? So
There's nothing wrong with her. There's nothing wrong with either of you.
Nothing wrong, okay? Being knowing, it's not about how many years you know each other. When
Yeah.
you become one, okay?
That is the beginning.
There's no mask anymore. Nahi, no tak too. It's just like a Persian table. It shows up, okay? So earlier you said, "Ken ka nom nam na kapuy." It should not be na nom nom na. It should be ka nom nom na. Uy. It should be uy na.
yeah, and what I learned today is kaziya hi wanga chu at kadai dia ka bol thelo chu I have to know her. I have to understand her.
Yes, I like that.
In the first 5 months, I
I thought it was a 10.
No, I mean
I thought you guys said it was a 10. Just kidding. Oh, okay.
in 5 months, I thought, why am I getting married? Because everything is going wrong.
I'm there too.
I was there too.
Kay gela chu kazihi ya kadai dia ka bol the kadai dia ka bol the angai mo iwa nga chu ka bol yo si support ding when I'm single so I go out, I went to work, after work I can go somewhere, no need to take permission. I just go my own. Then one day after my work I go and visit my friends and I'm taking time, like I didn't reach home even 10 p.m. Then she's mad at me. Then I asked, do I need to take permission? Yeah, of course, I'm your wife. Then I realized we have a good fight that night.
Good.
Then,
Good.
so she speak.
Yes.
I just sit and listen. Then from there, okay, even spending $5, we have to talk one another.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Very good.
Look at it in a different way. Instead of, I need permission, it's more like, I want to make sure that she knows where I'm at so she doesn't think I got in a car accident and got killed, right? Because it's us women. That's what we think. If he shows up late or if he's later than usual, we think to ourselves, oh my God, he's dead. He's on the side of the road somewhere. He couldn't get to his phone because he's passed out. He's dead. There's a car wreck. Something happened. Something wrong. All those different things. And we overthink because our mind is, right? So we're thinking all these things. Then you come home and you're like, hey. And you're just like, son of a, you want to say something. You're like, oh, because you're scared. You're worried.
Silas, you have to reframe the way you see it, okay? That means your wife really loves you. Mm-hmm. I feel the same too. Like sometimes when I come home late from work, like now I have to report to her. Okay, honey, I'm leaving the office. I'll be there soon.
Because I want to know.
And if I stop by somewhere, she would be like, where are you? Because in her mind, she thought that okay, he's an Asian, they're white people, they're redneck, they really hate Asian people, do they attack him? So when our wives complain about that kind of thing, it's not they try to control, it's not that we need their permission, it's about like they are caring us. They want to make sure we are safe. Mm-hmm. So that's why if you guys remember everything that we talked today, and you know how the brain of woman works, nakitot nangu mo, nakihaw nangu, it will decrease. Okay? It's a very good thing. I think within our people, what we need the most is communication, especially men. Pasalho mo, zipa ho. We need to talk. We need to communicate. Like about the $5 money, right? We are opposite. When we first get married, she went to Dollar Tree. She called me, I'm in the middle of session, and like, okay, it's my wife. I said, I'm sorry, I have to take this. This is my wife. It could be emergency. Honey, I'm at Dollar General. I want this. It's about $10. Can I buy it? And I said,
he's like, what?
And I said,
$10?
Honey, I trust you. If it doesn't cost $100, please don't call me anymore. If it's more than $100, call me. We'll discuss about it. Other than that, please, you have the full right to spend $100. Now, she'll not call me. She'll go out, she'll buy things. If it's under $100, I don't get any phone call. But if it's more than that, she'll make sure. Because that little thing, it's a communication. Okay? It's respect. Because men, we want to be respected by our wife, right? Why don't we overserve them and respect them first? Do our job first. Then women would just respect us. Most of the time, our people, we take as a husband as a title. Okay? Zipa ho na, zipa hi na pen, title dana kilue, la luku dana kikuve uvawe. But we never think about the responsibility. If they give me the chance to be the princess of Wales or England, I'll never take it. Amo upuang lau tamloy nati siyam na. Tuway mana I husband hi na, zipa hi na pen. It's not a title. It comes with responsibility. It comes with commitment. It comes with sacrifice. It comes with patience. It comes with long suffering. Okay? Ay hon, chi ho chu bol mong lo wai zipa kai ka tu in ka in sung chu ka tu ai teasing chu. That's wrong. That's why our family has never been healthy. Pakam, sorry.
I think one thing you point out, a very good point for me this morning. Pasalohin, ichi do ting le na. Ichi ki ko jizo. I call her several times. But she said, she said, I'm busy with the boys, cooking for boys, children. But what I mean is, I need her. So whenever I come back home, inaw kyung pa dala na. It's at nanuya mam gitizo. That means we long for her. Na. Sometimes they don't pay so much attention. I need her, companion.
Pakam, in natun siya nga, nanuko ya hom nam na tichu, a reward to kuma kumaive. The reward is very sweet, okay, when you ask your wife first. Yeah. As I mentioned, you never become one with your kids. You become with your spouse.
That's why I say to every young couple,
Yeah.
wife, put your man first.
Yeah. Man, put your wife first too.
Yeah,
Yeah, it has
we need each other. Na.
Yeah, liang ko kiki mai pai ngai husband and wife, okay? We should have to be shoulder to shoulder. Not one is higher, one is atak taka pasalten lu ka hi chi hang mo hi ilu chu hi angonga tat ke le tang thelo pi hi pen easy te chi dalam lamai tat le
So,
phana chu.
Kimberly, when I come home, I ask my children, where is your mom? She didn't say, honey, I'm here. No, she said, what are you talking about? You know? I'm busy.
Well,
I'm busy cooking.
maybe she's
I need
busy.
her.
Instead of saying, hey, where's your mom? You can maybe go look for her and say, hey, can I help?
Or the other thing is, Pakam, if Nulam respond like that, that means she's very secure in her love. Yeah.
Too much secure.
Yeah. So, okay, with that event, I can say that Nulam love language is not a word of affirmation. Okay, Pakam? Nulam na akhan sadan pen word of affirmation hilaway we pa. You have to understand the love language of your spouse too. Okay? Tun gen tina ei pawa kapaw mana ong thi na we mo. Ai ke le tun friends pao ko nong pao leng friends pao thelo ten thelo de. So even in our marriage there is a love language, okay? Mine is act of service. Hers is physical touch and quality time. Okay? So when we first get married, we'll be walking at the mall, I'll be holding like this, and if I see, not Amy, any Asian, I'll be like, look around, no Asian.
Okay, that caused arguments. Let's
Yeah.
just put it that way.
And then she said
I was
like,
like,
why do you do that? I was like, I'm so embarrassed, right? I never, kanule kapa kuta kilet la mumungay lo kaiwe. Kapa maya pai kanu anu nga pai kihohu. Okay, so don't expect me to hold my wife in public or okay, but now I can do it because that's how my wife feel love. And as a person, even though I'm not comfortable, I need to train myself to do that. Natil siya mo na.
And
Tua
let's-
pin kazina hola. Tua pin kazina eat na khan sa da like siya mo. Ken ka hit heke lo. Kazi eat na dat si kathun na ive tua. Tua chang I have to learn to hold her to okay. Tua chu akoya pai leong zong. Puwa ka nga ile zong pungam ta din kay. Okay. I said if it's needed to carry her, I'll carry her. Now I'm not ashamed.
And
It
I lost
grows.
weight, so he'll be able to carry me.
Okay. Tuan siya nga ama azong dena kagyan mabang anuan siya mahe. So tedious he ding tam saloy cha he ina anuan ut ngelo we. Aya keep an act of service ay we. Tuan siya nga aman no pasak lo nga she start cooking dal, you know. And in katun siya nga buwan na kiminta dal kimin kay kalung kim loy. So she keep doing it now. She doesn't really mind cooking for me. So we have to grow each other. If it's not nang inopsak lo unahi piale zong nazipa inazinu I love language mo, you have to develop it. You have to train yourself to do that.
And you also have to realize what your love language is too. Because even though I'm physical touch with him, when it comes to people outside of him, because he's my husband, right? So he should have most physical touch ever, right? Outside, it's sort of like, oh, okay, it's more quality time with others. It's always physical touch with him and maybe like my children because, you know, we have that chemical bond, right? So I'm like, okay, I can kiss on them, I kiss their cheeks and everything else. But when it comes to others that are close to me, it's more of like, okay, I'll give you a hug, but it's okay. Now let's sit down and let's communicate. Let's have some nyang tui, let's have some coffee, let's do quality time, you know, that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
so you need to know what is your love language between you guys, not just overall.
Yeah.
Because the more you grow together, the more you realize, wow. And the more you grow might be different. Like your love language as a child might be totally different as a teenager, might be totally different as a young adult, or as a 30-year-old, or 40, you know, keeps going.
So to end our talk, I would say this like, as I said, ours is quality time too, right? When we sit down and watch TV, you want to watch futuristic movie.
Time travel movies.
I'm so
I love
bored with that. I don't like that. I want the shooting, I want the fighting. She hates it.
I don't want shooting.
Okay.
It's like,
So
everybody does.
at first we compromise, okay? One evening we watch shooting. And she sit next to me and she'll play something else. I'm
Play my
okay with
phone.
that because it's our quality time, right? Then the next day we'll watch futuristic movie. I was like, what? Huh? And then I'll just get my iPad and do something. But now we both grow on each other to the point that I don't mind watching futuristic movie. She doesn't mind watching violent, but I don't want her to watch too much because it really affects. She dreams
very
about
sensitive.
it. Okay, so it affects her dream. So sometimes I'll be like, just watch my own shooting movie by myself.
And I'll be out in the patio, just, you know, having
Okay.
my God time.
So yes.
Last night we watched a horror movie with the kid.
No.
So at night, 2 a.m., the kid cried a lot.
Yeah.
So is it that because of
Yeah,
that?
It
yes,
might be-
cause like whatever you see gets into your conscious mind, then it transfers to unconscious mind. Okay, so when we sleep, our conscious mind take rest, but the unconscious mind is still processing it. So we never allowed our kids, even though they're 13 and 4 years old, we never do shooting, we never do demonic or horror movie in front of our kids. We never watch it because whatever they see here, it goes into the unconscious mind, and your baby is right now he has a genius mind. Okay, he's like
Absorbing
everything that he got with the sound and everything. He's using 5 senses. Okay, he would know your body smell. He would know the mom smell. That's how he get all the information, and those information at the unconscious mind would start slowly building up his core values. Okay, so be very careful what you guys let your kids watch. Yeah, yes.
Okay. Cái hùng dùng mà sáng cái nào. Uh, I hope everybody learned so much. I learned so much, but I just want to share one, which I never thought, I never had in mind. We might be doing unknowingly, but I'm not sure. I may have to consult with my wife even if we did it. Something that I feel very good about is, of course, there are so many, from the start to the end, everything that comes out of your mouth is valuable and important for a couple. I never heard about this. First time I heard about luggage, carrying luggage.
Okay, thank you.
That one is really, really good.
Yeah.
And even if we don't ever did it a bit, we will try.
Yeah.
I will try
Yeah,
to build up our own luggage.
right.
I think we have thrown out or sorted out so many things already. We may have to come together, talk, and then build up a better luggage.
Right.
That's what I would share today.
Okay.
Among those I learned. And I don't know if all of us are aware about our love language. It would be good if we talk about this specific one.
Of course,
in
Pastor
some
can
other
cut my
time.
time from 3 hours to 1.5 hours. That's why.
Sorry.
We prepared to say all those.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that timing. Since
Okay.
you are so strict about the timing, I was telling the leaders we could always change if they are willing. So I even changed in the bulletin up to 12.
Yeah.
But later on, I heard that they are okay with 1.5 hour.
Right.
And we want to go with your decision.
Yeah.
About love language, I know my love language is same with Kimberly.
Oh, okay.
It's touching.
Touching. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
touching. And my wife is not that kind of person, but I always want to touch.
Yeah.
Nobody who are sitting behind us is so hard putting her arms over me, but I always does.
Yes. Yes.
But one thing I would like to share is, ever since I got married, even before marriage also, I abstained from doing this, especially after marriage. I never hold another person, women, like
That's
this.
good.
Or touch their body,
Right.
touch their butt. Oh, touch their face or hair. Oh, so beautiful. I never did that. Except for shaking hands.
Yeah.
Even if somebody hugged me, this is the culture here, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel very difficult, you know.
Okay.
That is what my love language is touching, but that goes to only my wife and my kids.
Very good. Very good.
That's what I did.
Yeah.
One of the good thing about, we adjust so much as you two does, because we are the same community, but our standard is very different. I'm from the hillside and she's from town and brought up in Delhi. I was going around Manipur hill areas preaching the gospel. We met, as you say, we don't expect to get married, but that's God's plan. She prayed, I prayed.
Yeah. Yeah.
God brought us together.
Yeah.
And one thing I'm proud about myself is, I have seen so many beautiful and attractive women, but I told her, my wife, honey, whenever I saw a beautiful lady, the first thing comes into my mind is your face.
I said the same thing to her. It's like, hey, today I saw a very pretty woman, and it reminds me of you. So your mind, you're guarding your mind. That's very good. Yeah. And
I was just thinking, I was looking forward to the financial discussion, but we're
Financial?
here. I know.
oh yeah, that will be a whole topic because we don't
That'll
have
be
any
a whole
issues
hour
with
and a half of
financially.
that.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's up to you guys if you guys summarize. Okay.
No, we don't have time to summarize. So you have to invite us again.
Okay, Ruben. Yeah.
I have one takeaway today.
Oh, thank you.
My takeaway is nobody should come between me and my wife. That's what.
Yeah,
Exactly.
if you can do that, your marriage would grow. Slowly it will grow. Okay, even not your mom, even not your dad, even not your in-laws. Okay.
Let's just
Amao
clarify.
ti mu da na hiloi mo. Tuhoi ma maung gen huang mo. It turns out into, I mean,
We will clarify. Nobody comes in between your marriage, okay? But if you, let's say you go to marriage counseling, that therapist is not supposed to go in between your marriage, okay? They're supposed to have an objective, like their job is to give you tools that you guys can grab onto and use in your marriage. They will see your marriage, but they give you tools to help with your marriage. They don't tell you, you do this and you do that. Does that make sense? If they do, they're not a real therapist, okay? And make sure they have like a license and make sure you don't really know them, okay? Because that's conflict of interest. But they don't come in between. Just like when you're talking to your friends about your wife or whatever, they're not supposed to come in between. And then you have to really limit what you say. There should never be any negative talk going to your friends or your family members about your wife. It should always be good. Just like you are not supposed to talk bad to friends and family members about your husband, okay? If you need to like come out and say something that, hey, this is bothering me or whatever, then you talk to a counselor about that. Does that make sense? And you never attack each other, okay? You attack the problem. And each other is not the problem. You guys are not the problems.
Your
It's
wife-
finance, or it's, the kids are acting up, or it's the school, or it's the job, or it's the in-laws, or it's the blah, blah, blah. But it's never you are the problem. It's always that is the problem.
yeah.
Communication is the problem, not you. We need to work on communication. We need to work on communication. Does that make sense? So it's not you don't communicate. It's communication is the problem. We need to work on communication. Does it make sense? Nothing comes between you.
Yeah. I mean,
That was a summary
nobody
of
cut me off,
conflict
so I'm going to
resolution.
edit. Zana lai bu khat sim hin kai ve. Kalai bu sim. I finished reading a book yesterday. It's about there is power in brokenness. Okay, it's written by a couple. So what happened is, within their marriage, the mother-in-law, the husband, wives, the husband dad, the husband mom, kind of get involved too much. Okay, to the point that they're almost breaking up. Okay, so the husband finally stepped back and said, hold on a minute, this is my marriage. Why do I have to do everything what my mom said without asking my wife? Okay, so they sit down and then they talk, and then he stood up against his mom. It's like, Mom, it's our marriage, please. No more comment, no more suggestion, anything. We will discuss, and then we'll do the best for our marriage. That was their turning point. That's where the wife feel that my husband truly loved me and chose me. That's where she start trusting her husband 100%. And to the point that their marriage was getting so healthy, and then the parents see it, and then their family dynamic all change. Okay? Anu apa to ki khen tuan loi we wa. Aya nga atam zo pen inu ipa isang kami be ipungten ong pau tam lo to tuat ong tua chi khaun te chi mo tua lung simine lo cha inu pakal boy ve atak taka to pen zithuman na jong hiloi ve zila uman jong hiloi ve ei mi ten zila uman khong sa mo no you are trying to safeguard the oneness that God created, that God divinely make between you two. You're not attacking your parents, you're protecting that oneness that God created between two of you.
You said about finance, right? I have one sentence for you that will sum up every finance summary, every finance anything. If you make $20 an hour, act as though you make only 10. That's it. That is it. If you make $30 an hour, act as though you make only 15 or maybe 18. Joint account? Oh, you should always have it. You should join on everything. That's why I said the food, you don't have separate food. You don't have separate bank accounts. You don't have separate anything. You guys are one. You guys are that tree. So you're supposed to have together. It's not his money, my money. It's our money. It's not his kids, my kids. It's our kids. Right?
That's my qualification to marry her. When we were kind of getting serious, he said, okay, if you're serious, before we in relationship, you have to ask my parents. So I have to go to Michigan, okay? And then the parents said, like, you guys are mature if you guys want to get married, blah, blah, blah. And before that, like some of our American friends said, oh, they're going to ask you how much money you made, blah, blah. They scare me, okay? But anule pa nung do tay mo nakite nule natanu to ka kingai thi diam ka chule anu na nakite nule chimo ina joint account ne ding mo separate account ne ding chi mo ken ke family khan khya dana ko one account bek nei kanule kapan je ko ta ten je khalo chi anu na okay I'm peaceful, you guys can get married too. Whenever you have two account, nothing lo kalo mo na lung simu all la ke nang to abil pia ken hi peninge, okay? There's nang ke. That word would separate you slowly.
I don't even think you should sleep in separate beds.
Yes.
You need to sleep
Nakito
together.
tulezong mo.
No matter how mad you are at
Yeah.
each other, no matter how upset,
We don't do that.
you sleep together.
Yeah.
You should never sleep. Oh, I need to go sleep with the kids. No. If you need to lay down, because I do, I lay down with my little man. He's only 4. I lay down with him for a little bit, okay, you know, on the cheeks, and we tell stories. And then he goes to sleep, and I'm like, all right, I'm going to go to bed. Okay, love you. And I join him in bed. So I never sleep in my son's bed or in my son's place, ever. You need to sleep together. So everything is together. You have to get that mindset that we're not separate, we're one. We're together.
Final last.
Yeah, we need to go.
Gilead YouTube, Facebook, subscribe. Every two weeks of podcast, we also talk about parenting. We also talk about many mental health stuff.
And it's all in different languages.
Hindi again mo. Lom nun sapao genjel ken mizo pao asong hiding kay be kay mizo pao asong ase siam kay. So we even do in Spanish asong mo ko tong same Spanish zong mina. So check out our podcast every 2 weeks. We talk about different issues. Vaping is a huge thing right now with our kids. Okay, itate vaping. It's a problem now. We even talk about that a little bit. Okay, we need to go.
We need to go.
We need the rest of you guys chill. Yeah.